just about got the end of your practice swing, so you have a line kind of here, and all your practice stuff is done kind of behind that. So you're sort of thinking about your shot, doing your practice swings. If your practice swing is good, then we just step across that line, step to the golf ball, weight we know needs to be left, and then just pull the trigger. Look at the target to visualise how far it's got to go. You can judge this. You use the ball to move further back, your arm further through. So we can do that, okay? Get yourself then crossing the line, getting your weight on your left side. Feet obviously narrow as you can see. That's going to help get the centre of your body now more over the golf ball. And then when you swing, taking a little bit less wrist in the backswing. Okay, that's about enough wrist hinge for 30-40 yard shots, so the club can come down nice and shallow now and just brush that grass, and you can see your hands and arms now continuing through, and you're kind of maintaining that sort of triangle and that Y in the club there. If we look at this one here now, as you went back, same length shot you were trying to get, a lot more wrist, and as you come back down, scoop, and then it's like that flick to try and get under it. So we're trying to keep your arms and your wrist kind of going through to it, and not pushing your hands forward to de-loft it, because then you'll get the sort of that mode, okay? If you keep holding the club in your normal setup there, as you go back, a little bit less wrist, and just keeping things kind of going through. There's almost a bit of resistance, your arms going here. It's almost like you got to about there and you went, no, I'm going to stop there and just use the bottom hand to flick underneath it. So it's keeping that arc of that club a lot shallower and a lot lower through the hitting area, not putting the club up very steep and then digging and then thinking, oh, I don't want to hit the ground, so I'll just try to flick underneath it. That's it. That's how the contact of the ground needs to kind of be. That's just brushing of the ground, like a bouncing of the club. As we said last time, utilising the bounce of the club as the club keeps going through impact, not pushing your hands forward to de-loft it and digging it. But equally, if the hands stop, okay, what we want to try to do, I'll work that club a second, as the club comes to the hitting area, as I swing my hand and the club together, if you've got too much wrist, if you've got too much wrist, the club now is doing this very steep. If there's less wrist, your hands are going back this way. As I come through, the club's doing this. So the club's there nice and shallow, rather than a lot of wrist and then doing that. If you're doing this, look at the arc of that club now to the hitting area, very steep and very sort of up and down. At hitting areas a minuscule amount of grass at the bottom. If I've got this, there's more hitting area for that club to strike the ground. And by coming in this way, it's going to be more brushing of the grass here, okay, as opposed to that way. So take the wrist out on these short shots, okay? Get the club working in, so you're just keeping the club nice and low. If your hands stop, then you do that. That's a bad thing, okay? If we hinge the wrist and do more, that's a diggy thing, okay? And the variety of shots
and that's
you're going
where I'd ended up last week, I think, the digging.
Oh, it's a killer, isn't it? You just stick in the ground.
And then the problem is then, I think that does do your distance, because then I'm thinking, well, I can't take a big swing, because if I do catch it...
See you later. Exactly.
And you hit a few. So I hit a few. I did one at Newport, where I did go, right, come on, just hit through it. And of course I got it, and it was over the back.
Yeah.
And then the next one is, it's a bit...
Reaction through, and you and then the dip. Yeah, exactly. And that's why I say distance control, there's always a guess if you miss hitting the ball long and short, because you've got no idea what you're going to do. So, yeah, get the feeling nice and wide, keep that club shallow, but keep the hands working. Don't take the wrist out by locking it tighter, then you just stop your hand and flick it, okay? A bit wider, shallower. That club's going to be coming to the ground a lot flatter this way. It's going to be less choppy. Okay, make sense?
Yeah, it does, yeah.
Excellent, good.